spoken.
You know what I just thought of, and I have to mention this. More nostalgia about StarCraft 1. Before we had balance via new map making, there was a period of time where, for years, serious players only played Lost Temple. 99% of your games, every single game was Lost Temple.
That's actually
and
the only map I ever played on in StarCraft 1,
yeah,
to be 100% honest.
No balance patches were coming, and then you didn't play new maps. Like, everyone, I think the Koreans had a little more variety in maps. Everyone outside of Korea, for a long time, 99...
Like, no variety.
Well, their tournaments at least did.
I'd argue Lost Temple changed.
Although, like, Game Eye and shit was like...
Oh, yeah, Game Eye was all LT, man.
Yeah.
It changed LT, and that's, I think, what spurned people towards changing maps in general. Like,
yeah.
You actually, because LT had an imbalance. Tanks could shoot from the low ground on that right side expansion for a while and hit the main.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was so good. Like, one main had a gas that you could just walk to and shoot from the low ground. And that's, you didn't get gas. You'd be at that expansion, you'd be like, well, how am I going to overcome this? I only get
the ramp.
If I take my expansion, yeah.
the mineral patches at 6 o'clock. They were just like, you mined at different rates depending where you spawned. The ones at 6 o'clock were just in a shitty formation, and you just got less money if you spawned there.
Yeah. And there were just threads written about it, like, you always try to avoid spawning in 6, because you get about 80% efficiency, you know? They had the same little charts there, but people were
9 o'clock. 9 o'clock was the worst for me. That ramp leading to the natural.
Curly ramp.
As a Zerg player, I had a triple hatch. My second hatch had to either be at the top of that ramp or at the base of it. Otherwise,
I remember Zerg's like, where do I put my third hatch? It was
annoying.
So we had nothing to look forward to. When we lost a game, we were just like, well, this is it. I have to play in this exact same situation again, so I got to figure it out or quit playing.
Yeah, and top was just the greatest because you had 2 second naturals. For some reason, they just gave one of the locations an base to expand.
Both the minerals were easy accessible, and
Wright's natural expansion was easier for North to take than it was for Wright to take. It's so dumb, and all the 12 versus 3s. But what's so interesting, this discussion isn't just nostalgia. It's fascinating in terms of map logic, because people are still doing this sort of here's my build for Metalopolis, here's my build for Slag Pits, whatever one of the new maps.
We should have a State of the Game throwback where we all wear zoot suits and talk about Broodwar.
Dude, do you want to do that next week? I'm in the mood to talk about
what the
Broodwar.
Fuck am I gonna? I'll just sit here and be like,
do what you normally do, you mean?
I guess so.
That's my mean comment. I haven't done that in 3 months. I'm sorry. I take it back.
Yeah, we're on such an uplifting note that now I'm just going to have to end the show.
I actually take it back entirely. I'm sorry.
That'll be the end of the show, actually. No,
I'm still bringing it back to Lost Temple. I'm still bringing it back. Because, still people in StarCraft 2 have, their builds they do on the map, but in, after playing Lost Temple, because, just like Tyler said, I played Lost Temple from 1998 to 2003. It's the map that I played on. You had a different build for every single pairwise positions. 12 versus 3, I did differently than 3 versus 12 in every single matchup. I had my proxy position build that I would do specifically when we were really, really close. The 3 versus 9 that was so stupidly close by ground. It was worse than 12 versus 3 practically.
Dude, I'm so happy that Peaks of Baekdu made it back into StarCraft 2. Crossfire.
Yeah.
So good.
Except there's no constriction in the center. You can just beeline for his base with your maxed army.
Well, do you remember the constriction of the past where your AI would bug out and you'd have to manually grab your units from Twitter map?
And I love that.
Yeah, it was awesome. But your small units would go through and suicide, and you're like, oops, I split my army.
Yep. I hated that so bad.
Oh, I love lurkers on that map so
much. That's the map I won my championship, man. That I literally, every time I ever lost or had to pick a map in 2007, it was Peaks to Baekdu.
That map was my dog.
It was good for Zerg.
Love that map. Dude, I still remember playing Testy, and when we were tied 2-2 at the Pan American, and he tried to 2-gate Zealot Rush me, and oh my gosh, had I practiced that so much. Oh.
Good times, man.
I beat you with 2-gate Zealot Rush at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, that's I practice so much against that because like now I like because before I was going like so gas heavy and would like switch to Mutalist, but against you I was like maybe I should just skip the Mutalist, and that was just like not a good idea. You can control space like so much better. Your 2-gate was like stupidly good though.
Why, thank you.
That was like fuck you. I hated your 2-gate. It was so I still remember at like WCG 2006 when like you did that like 2-gate into Reaver build and you killed like 38 Zerglings with 1 Scarab, and I was like, oh my god.